Punamuk Putaram no Chiri, Ain Hauzik Lazariba, Mapamasi, Kakchingda, Dusu Kugi, YENGKHOM, SHASTINA, MACKLINEA, Kugi Handaki, Kosem na Lauba, Adumlaba exam da, arts ki stream da, 4th position takrabi, Adumlaba, Egi, Ichanu Pigum Labi, YENGKHOM SHASTINA ki Yumda Kugi, Northeast Windogi, Tim Laktuna, Handak Mahagna, my Paglak Pasida, Kui Yamna, Nungaiba, Pongdok Chaba. Kaloinana mahakpu hena pungning thogot na bagi damakta aduda natana hairi ba khogi handaki posem na lawbe exam asida mahakna 4th position tarakhiba sigi matangda mahaki daily life aduga mahaki mataw karamna ma lairik pai aduga kari warol phongdok piningi habisigi matangda unajana bagi damakta ekoina mahaki Kugi Kakching the Labor Yumsida Kui Lakchabani, Ahan Maktada, Kugi SHASTINA. A big congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. SHASTINA Nang Handaki Kugi Kosem Lobasida, TG Gize Handak Yam Lowiko. Hadi Tara again, Shuda.
Tara, topper Tara.
Okay. Ado see the art stream the 4th position Neboko Laurisa. Ado see the Heidi Harao Babdi, even a Foyam Harawiko. Heidi. Masida family gisu achoba reaction ama habadi yam nungai badum phawrangani ado hadak smaina 4th position ga tarak pasida idi credit se kana da piningi idi oja amadi ado kari pungdok piningi sasna
ahanu makta da credit se akhogi mama da piningi aigi mama da
okay
aigi papa class 9 da when I was in 9th grade he passed away after that the person who pushed me towards my destiny has been my mother. Aduga, I say, Papa like trouble matungda. I thought I had lost everything. My identity was always associated with him. I did somorjit ki machane hiraga chatlam neba. I didn't have an identity of my own. Aduna, Papa like traganda. I thought I had no existence anymore. During those times, the person who held my hand and told me to move forward, that you cannot give up now. You have to work for your goal high with the day mama neba.
Okay.
So my destiny is being like my father. Aduga journey sida I in biba push to biba de mama neba. Aduna han bada igi mama da credit pininge. Aduga mathangda I bu tambir takpi tambirak pa ozagai da pininge credit se. I gi TG se I gi turning point oy ge bako. Angang oy ngai da gide I knew I had potential. Aduga I say potential se nauna khangak pagi yam complacent oy thokpado. Aina class 3 karak pa matam sida I say moregi centers tagi wangkhai gi centers to honge bako. I had 4 days to study for an exam. Aduga 4 days sida maite mek so I say nauna tammi ne ba gi centers sida completely new aduda I say 6 tie ranks. That was when I knew that I had potential. Aduda potential like khangi baduge I was working very hard. Aduga class 6 sida I had a realization. Akoy papa said, judge oy banina, I don't have to work this hard. I can get anything I want. I don't have to earn something. I can just ask and get. Adudo realization sa class 6, 7 aside the life. Aduna 7 sida di ay sa kom to eko. Firstly because akoy pagi privilege ma'am do ay ngot dadong phang ni khangba. Aduga secondly because I know nara adi ay dungam ni khangba amalagi ba. Aduna I stopped trying, you know. I was just enjoying my life. Then class 9 sida khoi pass later. So after he passed away, I had to recollect myself. I na class 6, 7 da si halaura ba I gi soldier do. I gi academic soldier do. I had to wake him up, wake her up. Aduna class 10 CD, it was all about rediscovering myself, rediscovering who I was and who I am meant to be. Aduna 10th grade say I kasyam na position gumba itabangam gitre bako because of all the turmoil and the things that happened in my life. I was slowly discovering myself and I was building an identity of my own. Aduna 10th grade I didn't do any position gumba dilepre but at least I got
pass out kayo ito gitawre
tiny tots unique school da gitawre
percentage ti kya mo chatki
86% at level. And then after that I gi academic warrior se karam kanda hingala e ha matam da TG da sanga kan sida hingala ba TG sida karam ba environment amalay ram ha matam sida no one was pushing me too much. They let me grow as an individual. Person amo na individual amo na isa han grow to haleba. They didn't force me. You have to be topper. You have to be this that. They didn't. Aduna class 11 was all about, you know, bringing out my potential ko. Ado isa na dum tap na puthok sare. And then after that 12 say I knew I have to do something for TZ. Mana I on the hanba class 11 the pibira kiba. I on the exposure, I on the pirakiba support ma'am. I have to pay it back somehow. Aduna 12th grade I tried my best. And fourth position dang oras sa school gi my kasikta oras purak pa nga and I'm very grateful for how things have turned out. Aduna TZ gi osaga sayam na credit pininge aduga kainom so credit pininge ay home tutor. Home tutor TZ gi osada I realized that I give lifetimes the thousands of teachers have taught me but very few of them made sure that I learned. Ado ay na tammi ba do ay khange ay adu gyan tare se make sure to bo sa ti TZ da myam phangge ba ko ay gi life ta aduga after that I gi home tutor da Sir Jimmy Chan economics phajan takpi ay aduga Sir Kennedy adana philosophy gi ay gi home tutor lai aduga ay se philosophy da subject topper oi sai ado han ba da ay se oza se akhoi TZ gi oza han lai ram de philosophy gi sai. So the person who made me fall in love with philosophy was Sir Kennedy. Sir Kennedy na tak pa se like topper oi hanning by mong da tak pa na ta ba. Philosophy se khang na ba I say so that he makes sure that I fall in love with philosophy. He didn't have any other motive. Aduna in the process I somehow end up getting the topper, but that is what I got out of the journey. Aduna Sir Kennedy, aduga Sir Kennedy dagi finishing touch phajana pibirak pasina ne Sir written draw khoge philosophy tak pirak pase mana khara thengna di thengna ye Sir written draw ga aiga say, but he made sure that chitha na tha base laitre se mana make sure tawe ba ko aduga manipuri gina Sir dara na phajana sembi aduga English ki Sir kunjo da I'm always running to him during my free time asking this and that. Aduga economics ki Sir Jimmy Chan adigi school ki me mamta hoi me amna sembire pol science ki na ceremony se ceremony na ise phasana ta eba not from exam point of view dagi na taba I say hayang wai long run da ise khanghong na bagi mong da ta e Sir kainom sina like the history gi Sir KB aduga history gi mem Nirmala ho su me am takpire phasana aduga aigi atopo za su mayam su takpi I make sure that I finishing touch adum pibi ba sa mayam yaugi aduga last ta aina ne I sleep lap khangba lore chithanan thaba se laita bra hangba chat pa se asina NIT Nong in Institute of Tutorial gi Sir Suresh ta chatle ba adumai tar go sa mayam sina sembire aduga I promised my best friend that I would credit her. I give best friend se maming sograkpom binja ko ba ko. And she is a very peculiar person, very selfless. Aduga ma se any group kumba or coaching center gumba dagi phangapa notes or materials mana padringai da ingon da hana thare ba yam selfless oi ba sasna nang si paselo ai gi dikem khan le nang si khangda ba ya de nang position left ba ya de. So she is one of the person who made sure that I don't give up in the journey. Yawe
mara ma yam na mathau tai ha ba se
mathau yam tai ai gi like parents the teacher the high mangam da wa layer pa se she sat beside me and listened. She never complained. She never said you talk too much. She accepted me with all my flaws, you know. So I want to credit her too. Aduna mama family so yam important. Or I give family say I'm supportive. I na ke ge lang ge habita thing they let me do whatever I want to do. But the only condition is that don't make it affect your study negatively. As long as I give good grades, I can balance the two. They have no problem with it. So I do my nails. Today I didn't do my nails because I ran out of time. I do my hair. I dress well. Ado mi khara na hire ko. Nang se
adu ne na habidi ngasi maksu dum yam kiena habidi leramne. Akhoi na sum haidi topper sing se hek uba matam da yamna bookies oraga yamna chamba yamna ki da base yam matam da thengnai adu mayam gi wakhal da su kai haini yamna ki ba mi se ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯀ ꯆꯥꯟꯅꯗꯦ ꯀ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯀꯟꯁꯦꯞ ꯑꯃꯈꯛꯁꯨ ꯂꯩꯌꯦ but today ngasi sasina urakanda haidi manipurgi asuk chawgraba siumlaba mi lising kun ga mapan hena thaba sumba exam amada arts ki stream da fourth position lawrakpa ka haise araiba nateba sidasu yamna kena mauna yamna well maintained oinaga nupi ma oina yengba da ke hamni yam feminine oinaga leiramba simaksu ke haini mayamna hainari siga chanadaba contradictory oiba sigi matang dadi ke haini ki baga larik kasi pun haidi mayana yang ki ba mi di laik da oraroi dabani ka hai haini si matang de
I want that so personally yam harap like you dress for the male gaze kumba hai bagumba kanada utning you know hai bagumba kanamta da utning manate I dress for myself so that I feel confident so that I can feel myself you know adugi da maktai adum I you know make sure that I have what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
Aduna adu mina dum hai bako nang oroi ne don ni do punhan ba yaroi kholoi. But as long as you can balance it out, both, then you're good to go ko. The world itself is a big balance ko. Well, sida asuk ang balance me am taw bangam naraga ay na kay daw bagi kay baga like a balance taw bangam mo din no na ay thale ba. And akoy paano so ay ngon hai ba. Don't change yourself for anyone. Mina norms me am pira kani standard me am pira kani. For example, ko society sida like pa topper hai di like ta pa ga da ba keroi da ba langoy da ba. Irang yauroi da ba kum hai yauroi da ba standard ama fixed taw grab ko.
Yes,
But I wanted to break it. You know, I wanted to bring about a revolution. I wanted to tell to every girl who has been told once in their life that this is not a runway hagi but nupi khudingi nupi me amdo encourage to na ba I dress myself just to show that you can be whatever you want to be while still looking good while feeling confident while being bold ko ado haning bagi damakta you know I want to set an example ado na maram
and you said it.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. And aduna maraga ito dum ani do balance to hale.
Sasina aina khangingba mana mo haidi private school dagi adusu 86% phangba satri amakhakna haidi TG si mayam na haidi mayam gi wakhal da mindset government school si gi production se phatte haidi makoina puthorok pa satra si yaude ka habagi concept se mayam de yamna lei aduma pu handaki 2025 ki kosem gi sina pura si masu breakthrough tawre adu sigi matang da habadi TG se akoi gi Sastina na choose tawgi maram se
maram se ani lay first reason is that I'm a very rebellious person. I love breaking norms. Aduna TG se dumain tawe government school de adu yaude khote haibase adugi misconception do break down na bagi reason amasu ore and the second reason is that at a school da igi individuality se yamna prioritize tawreba I lost myself I did mark phang na ngai hotna bada I went against myself I was a loser to myself I na same iriba answer se 100 other students were writing because notes pibagi habit laiba materials pibagi habit laiba ko aduna maram oraga I lost myself in the process of getting marks and I didn't want to do that aduna I knew that TG would foster an environment where I can be myself and still do well in my exams ko and there was no material note amta pide you do you aduna ba TG gide aduga nang dap laiba matamda there would be millions of hands to help you but they won't force anything on you ko aduna individuality se prioritize tawda na bagi damakta TG da changakane so that I can be myself I can grow not just as a good student or a topper but as an individual ko aduga TG gi atmosphere sidana I found that my friends were very different from the ones I've met before ko nagi friends kay they would read everything and they would still tell me that they haven't read anything that they're not prepared for this and that but TG everyone was very honest you know at some point I felt bad that I'm the only one who had to hide things like that so aduna TG environments that I grew not just as a student but as a person ko as a good person TG da so competition layaba but the competition is not to be a topper or anything but to be a good person ko adugi competition sina I grew as an individual aduna maramaraga I think choosing TG was one of the best thing I've done to myself aduna like I may be winner to the world but when I'm alone in my room with my thoughts I was a loser to myself, you know. Sastina, you achieve this by doing that, by compromising on yourself. So I was a loser to myself. So what is the point if you're going to win to the world, but when you're alone, you're going to hate yourself for what you did? Aduna maram oraga in TZ, you know, I may or may not be a winner for everyone, but at least I can come home and then look at myself and be like, you know, you didn't do anything wrong in the process. So that was what TZ gave me.
Okay. Yam fazaba statement ni ko Shastina na pibirise. Ado habidi Shastina hairiba kugi handaki topper oirakna bahona bada habidi hanagi larik paramba normally paramba dudagi hena kamaina sigi matangdadi effective studies ama effective learning ama phangna bahona bada kari kamai di tawgi.
I get the fixed timing haiba am like that. I learn when I want to learn. I am enthusiast oi ba matam sida I myam pa thok pangam me ba. Adu da pa gi ba se. Ase I kaw su kaw wan de ba ko. Aduga I na paning da na pa de ha gum pa gi ba se de ko. Mahak tu din ning sing ne but in the long run lai how de ba ko da. Aduna when I study I make sure that I'm motivated to learn, that I'm inspired to learn ko. Aduna maram oraga I get fixed timing haiba am dilarakte I get dung koi ba lang ba ke bagi matam adum separate tau zai adai di kumai yaw ba khot pa su loi tau zai aduga after coming back home I'm satisfied that I got what I want. So I'm like, Sasna, you need to learn now. So I would go join everything that I need to join function or get a table like harauba loi chalurani halani, and I'm motivated to learn because you know you did what you wanted. They allowed you to do what you wanted, so you have to pay them back. So aduna pay back to hoy mama hoy na mo the freedom piba ay na mo the good grades and means that hay tara ko to piba. That is one way dang oy ba I get both ways pinaba you give you get aduge process to tawa igi family da aduna maram oraga igi fix habam dilay sa de but I make sure that I learn when I want to learn.
Okay. Yam pai hedu su habidi paning da ba matam da larik pa ba ise kesu grabs to wanga moi doini adugi technique tum su yam thagat ningai oe Shastina da ina amu khangjaning isina kasagi kari haini parenting mata parent habidi akui chatra adigi angang habasi apet pale khom ga chap manai haribani mama mapagi brought up ki makhasu yam pole habasu hainei ko adu mapu parents khara su mu aina oi hobangam da basi ai icha da forcibly icha ge apamba khangdana nang si oi da yade habagi sigumaina akhui gi pressure piba parents su laitaba nate si matang da di hadi parents ki side gi pressure piba adugumbadi labor laitaba kamai taw
Parents tagi pressure de am ta laita egona. They know that I'm not going to lose my path. Kay gina haba matam da ay trauma chauba ama da gay to recover ta or as an individual growth or abangam na. They know I'm not going to make any stupid mistakes. Aduna ay na pamba ay lol da yam pame ba ay sa judiciary line yam pame. Adudo mo na khangbi ba. They didn't force me to be doctor, engineer or the contemporary world that's an hariba mina. Parents na pam na ba to pam de ay na pam ba to. What I want, they would let that happen. Adugi system do oy na tawe dobo semak pa di pitrupi ingay dagi semay siyang well planned or na conceived taw male ko ay giming se asi paw yang well thought out oy
ay am tang adune hangning ni kasai digi habidi mi amagi maming da YENGKHOM Shastina MACKLINEA haba habidi mayam gi khoi habnei se Devi Chanu LEIMA ka habnei MACKLINEA habisi da ne ai wonda habidi kai YENGKHOM Shastina MACKLINEA hai si maram se karigumba something kenomadi lerang bada male sige matang se kamai to bujano
ai gi ming sige 3 words kuding maki masama sage significance loin lairame ba YENGKHOM hai sina my forefather came before me aduna ai gi ming hana thamaga maning da YENGKHOM ha pa sai akhoi papa se am pamam de ba because it is because of my forefathers, my grandfathers, my parents that I am here. Aduna family names hana, you know, to honor them for the reason of my own existence. I give existence si maki kind of result or say moina cause or neba. Aduna moi the honor to bo na YENGKHOM sina hana hape. Shastina hai sina word Hindi word Sanskrit word or mal Hindi da so say nai ko such type of word say truth type say asida gilak pa neba. My father always somehow wanted me to be in the judiciary line. I want the force tau di tau deba. but he always had the aspiration ko. Aduna mama samak su CJM Imphal West orame. Aduna akoy pa na haramba amlay. Among the voices of the rich and the wise, be the voice of the truth. Asing ba amasung inakon ba mayam lising laisno. Moy marak to dagina. Achumba gidamakta konjel obinaba midi walakaneba. Aduna adugum batangkak to the nang achumba gi konjel oil chaluko na harameba. Aduna maram ora guys judiciary line say ay isana so pamjay phopana so aingonda like forced it banataba like he made sure what the world is. What is the condition of the world now? Aduna truth haibase I giving the hapameba truth aseng ba achumba haibase so that I can be the voice of the truth one day. Aduga hujikan gi world say the world is very cruel. Chumna dumlan bata hawba mi myam lay.
Yes.
Truth, the voices of the truth have been suppressed and silenced ko. Adugi silence or aba suppressed or aba konjel myam do. Buthok piraga moy gi kholaw law bigada. But me ama oyo haina I say SHASTINA haina tholam me hai papa na wari libida. And MACKLINEA is so I used to get bullied for my name. People used to tease me over my name. They used to say, what is this? You know, they would call me mechanics, mackerel, blah blah blah. But only I knew the significance of the whole call. Papa, I think my father always knew that I would go to great heights or something. So he knew that after getting success, I might forget my root ko. Agi haurak from agi origin se kaurak payay na kalamba male ko. Aduna MACKLINEA se Siroi Lily gi botanical name Lilia MACKLINEA si dagi lawthoy ne ba. Agi aina so that after achieving great success and going great heights, I can look at myself in the mirror and say, you are YENGKHOM SHASTINA MACKLINEA. Manipur is where you lie, your root lies. Every time someone calls my name, I would be reminded of my origin, my roots. I would be reminded of my homeland. Aduna maram oraga Siroi Lily di Manipur khakta satpa laini na agi origin do khangna bane harame aduga another reason is that any lay myam satpa sidana mina yengna dana tara lay myam lay but Siroi Lily se chahiam da yam ten na sale ten ba matam sida it attracts very many attention ko attention attract tawe mi myam na yeng ba chat na e lay se yam ka hena phajarubay na teba because it is very peculiar, very unique, very native oy betuki. So my father didn't want me to be any regular person. He wanted me to be someone who commands attention, who gets attention, who have a recognition and identity label. Mi ama ohanik bagi tamagta YENGKHOM SHASTINA MACKLINEA tholam me na aingon da haram me papana.
Yam phazai habdi ngasi mag akoi SHASTINA na piraiba statement singse SHASTINA gi chahiga chanadaba mayam ama ko haidi yam tina mature oiba statement nga tane koi SHASTINA na thamise sigisu yam thagat ningai ni papana su yam phazana shopping tawraga thamame habagi achauba mami makhakne SHASTINA da tarise SHASTINA masida aina lakchani se handak se TG se punna akoi angang topper tarani ko puthoise adumapu mayamgi ID parents singi aduga hawgalai ba satra singi wakhalda government school amada tamagadi whatever makoine expect tawrido phangoi habagi thajada ba kaino ma khakta dum laigireba adigi even parents sing nasu government school da tambadadi larik phajana tai takte haidana tongan ba private school da dum tharieba even masana ojaba school da masagi macha phobo tamhandaba oja phaniam ama yawba koi thingnayeba masina amu haijaningi di aigi product aina puthokpa product se aina sijinadragadi madugi kanadaba se mina khangoi doineba aduna oja sing dasu ko haidi mama na oiriba duda macha tamhandaba haibasimaksu public ta lairiba mama mapa sing satra sing sina thajadabagi achauba maramam khaksu oiraka doine adubu TG na handakti achauba testimony ma khakti ayam da piri sigi matang da di SHASTINA kari thambini
akhoi gi TG se handak subject topper tarani thoi aduga topper tara lawe arts ta home aduga commerce ta taruk aduga science ta ama lawe ko adu that itself is a testimony ko big enough. I don't need to say anything more, I don't need to add anything more, but aina haizaning ide tz say asida nangonda shape taubigadaba you can grow as an individual in tz or any government school or no one will force you to do anything, no one will make you prioritize your individuality aduda yam phadaba atmosphere amanebo ko where you can grow as an individual adudo misconception ama like re adu namara moraga I su tz da tamba government school da tamanina I have been belittled many times in my 11 12 ki matam sida haide I got friends magti hire because they said bad things about me, acquaintance ma'am na ko haide look down ta we ba I said mandi government school ne khone, but those people are not on the list, are not on the list of the toppers. We are moigi school da yaw de ba tizens are on the list, government school da gi yaw re ba ko so I mean you are wrong, we prove you wrong, so I hope you can keep it in your mind that government school is no less than any other school.
Okay.
But you have to be motivated enough ko. Hadi atmosphere do da nang freedom phangane ba to grow as an individual. Krag laksin ba nata ba atmosphere do da nang na if you end up losing yourself, then that's your problem ko. Adu nata ba you have to be motivated. You know, you have to tell yourself that this is my destiny, and this is the atmosphere I get to grow. So I have to grow as an individual to get there. Aduna tabida lang thoga laiba khotpa na di adum you won't get the result you want. So haide you have to be motivated to learn. Aduna private government khai deba school student masada lai sare ko if
yes
paning adi khangning adi learn tawning adi government ogera private ogera they will end up achieving good, you know, in life adu haisaning.
Okay. Sasna hojik makha taba plan se kari plan tawi
I say dom judiciary line the sangning banina law tamani BA LLB I got accepted in Lloyd Law College Greater Noida da laibada I got accepted, so I think I would be joining that in BA LLB so that I can finally be the voice of the suppressed truth and I hope to society gi kainom ta di tawning ba ado aina 12 lawyer ga like no matter how many you know tabu I end up breaking, I rebellious fanyam or revolution fanyam puninga so ngamoy ba greater master. I have to be a person of higher standing to bring about a mass revolution, and in order to do that I think I have to be big in life. So duna LLB lawyer ga I want to maybe I have to plan either to join the judiciary the judicial magistrate oiba or I can open up a corporate firm of haide kanongi lawyer ga firm ama open up tauraga to voice for the truth. Like I want to do that in my life. I want to contribute to the society. Aduna mind tawning bagi plan lai.
Okay. Sastina haidi Sastina di nakalamarom da haidi mai pa e haibadabu haiman ba thoroi da bani ko haibadi punsigi haidi nasagi career ma self team bhajana laidana ai si oigani haibagi chap chaba ama laikre adubu hojik hawala iba angang sing nangi na khata ba sing ko sing sida Sastina na haibadi isagi hojik phoba masagi kari oidoino khangdadana chamamnaraga leiba satra mayam ama leiba su yawe ba but as a haidi machi ema oina kwa kari haidi makhata ba angang singda makoina masana masasi nangi wai khara na motivate tawba yana ba kari di thamning Sasna
akhoi youth mayam na mogi destiny khangda ba se mogi aim khangda ba se ase yam contributor is a society ama sunga ge atmosphere dun yam tawiba aduga haidi hojiki matam se da parents ayamba na doctor engineer adu oyona haibagi tabu ama leiba se ase societal norm se asina maram oraga masana pamjabado aina kaigumba si pame na voice ta already ai sibu chaira khadra khola kadra khanbagi akibadu na maram oraga mogi passion me amdo adum lochalaga thamba me am su yawe ba ko aduda aina haining se never be scared of being yourself, you know. Haidi nangonda judge story ba nangonda adu oida yade ada oida yade hariba mi do. Ado in the long run moi do kaiso significant or oi ba ko. Aduna like you have to be at peace with yourself. Na yung dahalaga na thanda lay ba matam da you have to be satisfied with yourself. Nang na min society na du pa me haraga du taw gi ba ya doctor achaw boy gi ba engineer o gi ba ya ba ko. But when you're by yourself, you might end up regretting it, you know. You might be living, but you might be breathing, but not living. So di hon ba nang naapama do phang da ba gi nang wanda ning han na ba de dum puraga last breath pau chat ki ba ya ba ko. So don't do that. Just be yourself. Do what you wish to do. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your patient. Adu so haning e. Adu ga huziki atmosphere si the mark is everything hai ba ama lai gre ba society sin ko. The mark is not everything. They're just numbers ko. It's better late than never ko. Adu na maram oraga nang handak exam the mark pazarakre. Try better. Try to be better next time ko. Adu di na tabida ay say mayam dagi leg behind oi haure ko haraga ning hanna ba do na don't give up on yourself in the journey. Tap na chatlo. Yaw na ba di chatlo ba? Destiny do di yaw ramo ba? Adu na tabida lamkhang da lambi lamkhang da loy kidaw tharuk po di. You can be slow, you can be taking your time, but reach your destiny. Adu haning.
Simagam tang ay kahabidi hausi akoy Manipur da yam tuoy na chat na ba mark sida mi magi life se lepagi achaw sima pura lay ra habdi even admission gi matang da bo haidi percentage yam na wang na phangaga di adu school du na lay ge ye adu taw ge akoy da tammo ye si yam chat na dra si kanu sima yam train sima du kematak chat na lay re ba si sina amuk ngasai gi parents na admission da paisa ting da na ba khot na ba adigi di hajikti school si private school se du kematak yamak panina sogri ling badong na linga banina haidi percentage so 80% yoroga di adu yoroga di admission su fee tuition su fee lirik su fee people everything si aduna marks that everything base yoroga lairi ba sigi matang da di kai thamningi si sina kari impact pi lak pa ya ga
Society the parents amasung school gi sigi game of numbers game of marks the students they end up becoming commodity product amo na sina ra ba mo se individual or ba they become machines, you know. Aduna maram oraga students masada yam negative impact pire hai they would do anything to score mark ko aduna sometimes they end up prioritizing on themselves they end up losing themselves ko dunya da ay winner oigra lore ay isa da ay thanda laiba matam da imposter effect lai gera lairora da kata de haibagi mohong da they end up, you know, doing extents to score marks ko. Aduna maram oraga masada imposter effect like when they're alone in their room with their thoughts, they're self-hating themselves because they know what they did to get those marks. Aduna maram oraga masagi potential, full potential yorakta bayawe, ngamda bayawe. Confidence like bold orakte. They cannot vocalize themselves ko. Aduna mo say soft skills ta siyang wala aduna maram oraga one of the big reason why they're not able to haidi 11 12 day sida mak mayam phangraga ma chawkanda kem taw gidaba thabak chawnaga tawda malaga tharak taba dugumba yam yawi se because somehow they end up losing themselves in the process of proving to the world that they are able to be toppers, they are able to be get good marks in many subjects. Do proof tong na bohan na bada masado. They end up losing themselves.
Madam handak SHASTINA na haidi topper ga tarak pasida madam obviously yam harau rangani mama mo ina adubu haidi ngasai akoi SHASTINA na di masigi kenosi mama da su babaga mama da family da piningi na tum hai ko ado mahaki hona jaman mag effort yaudra su mai pak pa si arai banati sigi matang da madam kari thambini
aina aigi point of view da di chhatra ma student ma phabase hamba khwai chaw credit student masado ibam thoeba haidi student mama mapa na masa se phau haiba gakta neba adubu masa khudi makti phatteba aduna masa na magi first credit magi mathangda akoi gi magi oja sing school gi college gi home tutor to magi makhut paira ga isa ta pir pa oja sing ꯑꯩꯅ ꯀ꯭ꯔꯦꯗꯤꯠ ꯄꯤꯅꯤꯡꯉꯤꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯐꯦꯃꯤꯂꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯐꯦꯃꯤꯂꯤꯅ ꯑꯩ ꯏꯃꯥ ꯕꯕꯥ ꯈꯨꯔꯥ ꯃꯇꯣꯟ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯃꯃꯤ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯁꯥꯒꯩꯒꯤ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤꯅ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯃꯥꯁꯦ ꯂꯨꯅ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯔꯒ ꯅꯪ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯄꯥꯎ ꯅꯪꯗꯤ ꯍꯩꯕꯅꯤ ꯃꯉꯣꯟꯗ इनकरेज ꯁꯨꯝ ꯇꯧꯕꯗꯣ ꯅꯪꯗꯤ ꯉꯝꯅꯤ ꯁꯨꯝ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯗꯨꯅꯁꯨ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯁꯦ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯤꯜꯁꯦ ꯍꯦꯟꯒꯠꯂꯛꯏꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯈꯨꯗꯤꯡꯃꯛꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯑꯩ ꯀ꯭ꯔꯦꯗꯤꯠ ꯄꯤꯖꯅꯤꯡꯉꯦ
Okay, okay. ꯑꯗꯨ ꯃꯦꯗꯥꯝ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯉꯁꯥꯏ ꯁꯁꯤꯅꯥꯁꯨ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯤꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯑꯅꯤꯡꯕ ꯑꯄꯥꯝꯕꯗ ꯐꯦꯃꯤꯂꯤꯅ ꯐꯨꯜ ꯁꯄꯣꯔꯠ ꯇꯧꯕꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯅꯀꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯤ ꯃꯦꯗꯥꯝ ꯍꯣꯏ ꯃꯦꯗꯥꯝꯅꯁꯨ ꯄꯦꯔꯦꯟꯠꯁꯤꯡꯗ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦ ꯃꯦꯁꯦꯖ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯤ ꯏꯆꯥꯁꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯃꯥꯌꯣꯛꯇ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯤ ꯃꯃꯥ ꯃꯄꯥꯅ ꯑꯃ ꯄꯥꯝ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯃꯆꯥꯅ ꯑꯃ ꯄꯥꯝ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯤ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯃꯃꯥ ꯃꯄꯥꯗ ꯐꯥꯏꯅꯥꯟꯁꯤꯌꯦꯜꯂꯤ ꯗꯤꯄꯦꯟꯗꯦꯟ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒ ꯂꯩꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯚꯣꯏꯁꯁꯦ ꯔꯦꯁ ꯇꯧꯖꯕ ꯉꯝꯗꯕ ꯃꯥꯅ ꯄꯥꯝꯃꯤꯕꯗꯨ ꯇꯧꯗꯅ ꯃꯃꯥ ꯃꯄꯥꯒꯤ ꯑꯄꯥꯝꯕꯗ ꯆꯠꯈꯤꯕꯗꯨꯅ ꯃꯔꯝ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯦ ꯂꯃꯈꯥꯡꯗ ꯃꯥꯡꯕꯁꯨ ꯀꯌా ꯑꯃ ꯌꯥꯎꯗꯕ ꯅꯠꯇꯦ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯗꯗꯤ ꯄꯦꯔꯦꯟꯠꯁꯤꯡꯗꯗꯤ ꯀꯔꯤ ꯀꯔꯤ ꯋꯥꯔꯣꯜ ꯊꯝꯕꯤꯅꯤꯡꯉꯤ
ꯑꯩꯅ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯀꯃꯟ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯅꯕꯨꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯈꯪꯅꯔꯕꯅꯤ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯒꯤ ꯑꯄꯥꯝꯕ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯒ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯑꯄꯥꯝꯕ ꯂꯥꯏꯟꯗꯨꯗ ꯏꯟꯅꯕ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯒꯗꯕꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯦ ꯑꯦꯚꯔꯦꯁ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯂꯣꯏ ꯈꯪꯅꯔꯕ ꯋꯥꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯃꯊꯛꯇ ꯑꯃꯨꯛꯁꯨ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯁꯄꯣꯁ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯦ ꯑꯦꯛꯖꯥꯝ ꯃꯌꯥ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯦ ꯑꯦꯛꯖꯥꯝꯗ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯄꯥꯎ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯄꯥꯎ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯄꯥꯎ ꯁꯨꯝ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯦ ꯑꯁꯤꯅ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯗ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯄꯥꯕ ꯍꯦꯟꯒꯠꯄꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯏꯑꯕ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯅꯣꯂꯦꯖꯇꯣ ꯆꯪꯁꯟꯕ ꯍꯦꯟꯒꯠꯄꯗꯤ ꯅꯠꯇꯦꯕ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯁꯨꯝ ꯑꯩ ꯏꯆꯥꯗ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯤꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯐꯝꯃꯒ ꯁꯪꯉꯒ 24 hours मासे लाइक पाहनबदा माय मकोकता चंगबा मतमसे अइना खंगे मासे लाइरिकसे ग्यान फजन्ना माना लाइकसे एब्जॉर्ब तौरे हाइबा नत्रा जस्ट मासे अइना प्रेशर तौबगिनी हाइबसे अइना फजन्ना डिफाइन तौबा ngamमेबा अना मयामदा अइना सुम अइना हाइजनिंगबा अगांगदा याम प्रेशर पीबसे अदुना मंगोंदा कशु थोइदो अखोइगी कानाबा फंगदबा नत्ते जस्ट मासी इंटरेस्ट येंगबा इसासी कर्म मतमदा लाइक पानिंगिनो कर्म मतमदा तुमनिंगिनो अइना सुदुम हाय नंग कर्म मतमदा तुमनिंगमनो नुंथिन तुमनिंगे पेखानिना सपोज पेखा थारमदाइ सिदे अखोइ सुटी फंगे अदुइदि मा नुंथिन तुमबा कशु कानेबा जस्ट रेस्ट तौबई मतमदो फंगगा लोइरेबा मोंदा अदा नुंथिन तुमने तुमथो लाइक पाबना हिंग पागे हाइबा ओके पागे के पारो लाइक हिंगदा दुम मागे अपामबदा सत्पा अदु खक्तदा मंगोंदाने याम फ्री ओइना माय कनो ओइना फ्लेक्सिबल ओइना तौरगा याम नुवाइना लाइक पाबई मुडसे असे उबा फंगेबा सी अइना हाइजनिंगे मयामदा एग्जाम मयानी अंगांग प्रेशर तौदना लाइक पाव अयुक्तगी अदु अदा अखोइ टाइम कनोगा से थंबसे मसी थोइदोंना इफेक्टिव कशु ओइबा नते स्टूडेंट दा
होय होय
मागे अपाम मतम खल्लगा माना पुंग अमा पारासो अनि पारासो फजने एब्जॉर्ब तौबदो अदु नेबे इम्पोर्टेंस से अदुना प्रेशर याम तौबिदबा एग्जाम मयानी लाइक ता पाव हाइबसे तौबिदबा अंगांगदा मोइदसु वाइबा अदु पोसि तोहनजनिंग दे आइना हाइजरगा दे आइबो हाइजवा
याम फजबा वारोल नि मैडम ना थंबिरिसे अदु मैडम अमुक हाबिदि कोई ससिनाना हाइदि मणिपुर की आर्ट्स की स्ट्रीम दा 4th पोजीशन तारकपा काइसे मैडम ममा मोइना इचा पोक्सबगी महै याले काइना फारोंगनी याम नुंगाइबा फारोंगनी सुमाइन तौदना वारिनी लोइनमक अंगांग खुदिंगमक मी ओइरोइ ओइनी हाइनिंगाइ सु लैते अदुमकपु ममा अमना मचा अमगी सिगुम्बा स्टेज अमा सिगुम्बा सिचुएशन अमा लापा मतमदा हाइदि ममा आइदि अखोइजु दुम फावबदी आई फाउनसु असुआमना हराउरदी असुआम नुंगारदी मैडम दे दुकिमतिक हराउरंगनी सिगी नुंगाइ मिकुप खितंग सिसु मैडम की थमोइदा फावदसु तेंतकना थमजियो मैडम
आई द फावरिसे आई इसागी आई द हेना यामना फावरिना आई इसासिना माना मान तो फोट तारप मतमसिदा अइना हराउबगी सीना साइड थंब्रगा आई इसागी दमकता मागी जस्ट अचीवमेंट मचा अमा खक्तनेबा फोर्थ पोजीशन फंगबगी सिदा सागैना इन फैमिलीना अदे ओजाना मयाम से हराउबसे उरगा अइना मतमदुदा फील तय मोंदा हाइको कैरियर द सक्सेस ओइरबको माना हयंग कैरियर दुनेबा सक्सेस ओइबा मतमदुदादी माना सपोज मा जस्ट ओइबा पामे जस्ट अमा ओइना माना जस्टिस फजना तौरा कांदा सोसाइटी ना हराउरपदो अदु अमु मित्ता उरेबा इना माय 4th पोजीशन खक ताबा मयामसिना हराउइनेबा हयंग मा जस्ट ओइबा मतमदा फब जस्ट अमा ओइरगा माना जस्टिस फजन पीबा मतमदे सोसाइटी ना केम हराउरकनी अदु पोतु अदु आई फील फजन तौए अदुदो अदना इचादा इन हायबा नंग हुजिकिदी नंग एग्जाम पास तौबने नंग सक्सेस ओइबा लाइफ ती मतमदुदानी फंगदोइसि अदु यौना हनो हाय हाय
ओके yam phai madam na ningjari badu maksu madam thungbo oisanu haiba warol thamjage ima nasunupina handak mai paglak pase ima yam nungai rangani nasu khalle ado SHASTINA se ngasai aina so haijabaduni mana lairi ba chahi siga haidi mana ngang thok sak torok pase chahi ga chana daba haibado yamna mature oiba amadi yauri ado kari haini aidi SHASTINA gi baba budi laigidre hai machimaksu yam nungai taba pawi adumakpu SHASTINA gi papa na tawjaramba haidi mana hona jaramba angang bu semambagi achauba mami amasu adum tabasu ui sigi matang de imagi oiba moti kari thambi ten tak na thambi
class 5 ka tamkan matam do aduda mapana ima su chachi ana ibemagi wangang ba chakke doini ani ko pak ta haye ba ko maduda impan da gimi yam la e ba ko pulat ground sida phamme ba ado mangang ba che asida mayam duna haba yam kuina pung ama makai ngange ba lari ida ga nataba masana sum English nang atangang ba
okay
interactive program
ang pamayam sina su haye ba ma thulakan as mana ngang bi pung ama makai ji mana ngang ba da kai ma dat pam ta dictate mu nei na cha chi khara nang chem mu suma haye ba ado aina thajage ba ma chi kai gumba ama ma chi khara school apha ba da kan ba khara haidi hona ba do
hoi hoi haidi angang si ning tha da khange ha ba do adu mang u gi ba ko
ang adu aina u gi ba
hoi hoi
ma pa lengi gan
hoi hoi do ima loisilak pada aina ima da haidi khoi SHASTINA si judge oigani hairi ko haidi khoi gi oja laikidraba khoi gi oja sumorjit na pamjaramba mahang chacharamba lambi ma da su adama makhata na machana pina su chatni hairi adu sigi matang da di ima gi moti karil
aidi ma pa na toromba du mana ngam adi adu kana hona ba hona han ba pam
oja khoi gi SHASTINA gi uncle ama oina kasai SHASTINA gi pabungna legi da matamda ma emotionally breakdown fazana chatki haba warol su SHASTINA na thambiri siguma matamda kugi SHASTINA gi uncle ama oina makhura ama oina sungsoi choidana emotionally morally support sungsoi choidana matamdu da pibiramgani aduga hojik SHASTINA na sumu aidi kugi oja somorjitna loishilam da lambi asi makhata na su chatkani haibiri sigi matang da di Ojagi mot kari le ojang tang tham
madam question do yam no ngai jai tara mioi ba ma oina pokpa matam da adi polopop khodimak loina hingani habidi leite pokpa masung si ba hidi isona koi gi tamnam na ba posak amani hai tara adu laibak tibadagi adi agi yama masung koi SHASTINA gi adasi matam manung matam sadana loigre magi mayamna singthan ngai oba thabak mayama Kokthokna thamame haitara manung matam saran lagi ding marwada adu isanu pisidi madugi poto khone feel to holmu yadina morally khoi fully support tawi adu na marum oirgasu manang si mapa lai leite habagi wakhan thadoga madugi struggle mayam do tungoiner maga mayangi makok thongaga fourth position da lepangami hasi isa boina yam singda thagali matung da su adi akoina mapa na tawangam da pot dujilandana sakhiba poto mapung phana lusilapa ngani habagi asaga loinana khoisu khoisu morally support tawjari haidar
okay luisilak pada oja ai hangam tanga haidi mayam da motivate tawba yaba mong haidi angang si dum haidi siba chang bhaiba haiji tambangam de punsigi kaino sida khoi dum yawraga laabane masida kanagumba angang even khoi SHASTINA bo matam du da yamna breakdown challe hai haidi sumaina tawdana mama natraga mapasi khudong thibadagi khanghaudana laikidaba thokpada angang singse mana chatkadaba punchi lambel phawban serana na chatkhiba yawdaba nate oja sina sigi matangda haidi khogi ojana SHASTINA da thengnabirakpa experience na maram oirakanda sumaina haidi mama natraga mapa ani legidaba angang singsida moral down oirakanda punchigi lambi lana chatpagi mahutta haidi makhoi chumna chatnabagi message su akoi go jana ungtang pibiram
ai wakhande not only ai isa khaki natana
mane
manipur apumbagi oina laibak thiba haiserum thokta nate oina thoknari ba ngaktani adi laibak thiba thokoi haina ngai su leite thokani haiba su leite tabudu laibak thiba thoba makhaise ai koina hogi ba potu kokthoga kokthokwa haisi mioi bagi lu tong da polala pone aina ꯀꯥꯎꯊꯣꯛꯇ꯭ꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯍꯌꯦꯡ ꯉꯔꯥꯡ ꯊꯣꯛꯈꯤꯕ ꯄꯣꯠꯇꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯅꯤꯡꯁꯤꯡꯉꯒ ꯂꯩꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯉꯣꯟꯗ ꯗꯤꯄ꯭ꯔꯦꯁꯟꯗꯣ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯆꯠꯁꯤꯜꯂꯛꯇꯣꯏꯅꯦꯕꯀꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯀꯥꯎꯊꯣꯛꯄ ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯤ ꯇꯝꯃꯒ ꯃꯥꯡꯗ ꯂꯥꯛꯀꯗꯕ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯐꯪꯒꯗꯕ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯗꯦꯁꯇꯤꯅꯦꯁꯟ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯒꯣꯜ ꯑꯗꯨꯗ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯐꯣꯀꯁ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯍꯧꯈꯤꯕꯗꯨꯅ ꯍꯧꯈꯔꯦ ꯂꯥꯛꯀꯗꯧꯔꯤꯕ ꯄꯣꯠꯇꯨ ꯀꯔꯤꯅꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯒ ꯃꯗꯨꯗ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯈꯣꯡ ꯊꯥꯡꯖꯤꯟꯕꯅ ꯃꯇꯨꯡꯗ ꯇꯨꯡꯒꯤ ꯍꯧꯔꯛꯀꯗꯕ ꯁꯥꯇ꯭ꯔ ꯁꯥꯇ꯭ꯔꯁꯤꯡꯗ ꯃꯗꯨꯅ ꯏꯅꯣꯠ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯑꯐꯕ ꯃꯥꯌꯣꯟ ꯑꯃ ꯆꯨꯝꯒꯅꯦꯅ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯈꯜꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯊꯝꯖꯒꯦ
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯌꯦꯡꯈꯣꯝ ꯁꯁꯇꯤꯅꯥ ꯃꯦꯛꯂꯤꯅꯦꯒ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯍꯟꯗꯛꯀꯤ ꯃꯍꯥꯛꯅ ꯍꯟꯗꯛ ꯀꯣꯁꯦꯝꯒꯤ ꯑꯦꯛꯖꯥꯝꯗ 4th ꯄꯣꯖꯤꯁꯟ ꯇꯥꯔꯛꯄꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯎꯅꯕ ꯂꯥꯛꯆꯕꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯥꯅ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯄꯥꯅꯤꯡꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯄꯥꯕꯅ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯐꯩ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯑꯅꯤꯡꯕ ꯑꯄꯥꯝꯕꯗ ꯐꯦꯃꯤꯂꯤꯅ ꯁꯄꯣꯔꯠ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯒꯤ ꯑꯅꯤꯡꯕ ꯑꯄꯥꯝꯕꯗ ꯃꯃꯥ ꯃꯄꯥꯅ ꯁꯄꯣꯔꯠ ꯇꯧꯒꯗꯕꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯁꯁꯇꯤꯅꯥꯒꯤ ꯃꯃꯥꯅꯁꯨ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯊꯝꯕꯤꯔꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯕꯣꯕꯣꯛꯅꯁꯨ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯁꯁꯇꯤꯅꯥꯁꯤ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤ ꯄꯤꯛꯏꯉꯩꯗꯒꯤ ꯅꯤꯡꯗꯥꯗꯒꯤ ꯈꯪꯉꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯊꯝꯕꯤꯔꯤ ꯑꯪꯀꯜꯅꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯁꯄꯣꯔꯠ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯔꯤ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯗꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯂꯥꯛꯀꯗꯧꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯊꯪꯒꯤ ꯆꯍꯤꯗꯁꯨ ꯇꯤꯖꯤ ꯈꯛꯇ ꯅꯠꯇꯅ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯕ ꯒꯚꯔꯟꯃꯦꯟꯠ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜꯁꯤꯡꯗꯒꯤ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯑꯐꯕ ꯃꯍꯩꯔꯣꯏ ꯄꯨꯊꯣꯛꯇꯅ ꯄꯣꯖꯤꯁꯟ ꯂꯧꯕ ꯉꯝꯗꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯥꯏꯚꯦꯠ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯥꯏꯚꯦꯠ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜꯗ ꯇꯝꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇꯕꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯈꯔ ꯃꯤꯗꯤꯌꯝꯗ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤꯡꯒꯤꯗꯗꯤ ꯁꯦꯜꯁꯦ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯆꯪꯉꯤ ꯃꯁꯤꯃꯛꯅꯁꯨ ꯄꯦꯔꯦꯟꯠꯁꯤꯡꯗ ꯑꯋꯥꯕꯗꯨꯃꯛ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯅꯪꯉꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯌꯥꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯈꯩ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯥꯏꯚꯦꯠ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜ ꯍꯥꯌꯔ ꯁꯦꯀꯦꯟꯗꯔꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯁꯨ ꯂꯩꯉꯥꯛꯀꯤ ꯃꯥꯏꯀꯩꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯋꯥꯠ ꯑꯄꯥ ꯌꯦꯡꯁꯤꯟꯕꯤꯔꯒ ꯏꯟꯐ꯭ꯔꯥꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯛꯆꯔꯁꯨ ꯃꯇꯝꯒ ꯆꯥꯟꯅꯅ ꯁꯦꯝꯕꯤꯔꯒ ꯃꯃꯥ ꯃꯄꯥꯗ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤꯡꯅ ꯃꯍꯩ ꯇꯝꯕꯗ ꯑꯆꯧꯕ ꯕꯔꯗꯟ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯤꯕꯁꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯍꯟꯕꯤꯗꯅꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯒꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯗ ꯅꯠꯇꯅ ꯁꯁꯇꯤꯅꯥꯁꯨ ꯇꯨꯡꯒꯤ ꯄꯨꯟꯁꯤꯗ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯃꯥꯏ ꯄꯥꯛꯄ ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯤꯌꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤ
Thank you,
ꯊꯝꯖꯕꯅꯤ
ma'am. Thank you.